Hi, my name is Taylor Pussman, and I'd like to share my experience in the Digital Teaching and Learning program at Azusa Pacific University. I enrolled in the Digital Teaching and Learning program with moderate to severe credential after being offered a teaching position at the non-public school I had been working at. From the very beginning, I knew that I wanted to be an educator who helped reimagine and redesign education into something far more innovating and inclusive. For the past 3.5 years, I have worked as an elementary special education teacher at a non-public school with specially designed programs for students on the autism spectrum. Currently, I have 10 students who range in ages between 7 to 12 years old, and 10 wonderful and supportive paraprofessional aides who work one-on-one with the students. I enjoy the ability I have as a special education teacher to be creative and innovative with curriculum design and instruction. My desire to always improve and expand the educational experiences and opportunities my students have access to has been a huge motivator for me throughout my time in the Digital Teaching and Learning program. Upon starting my master's program, I had 2 primary goals I was hoping to achieve: become a confident, innovative, and well-rounded teacher upon graduating from the program, and develop new technology-based skills to better support student learning and growth. In my time at APU, I have undergone a fair amount of growth in regard to my learning, studying, and working. Thanks to EDUC 522, I learned that I am an interpersonal, existential, and musical learner. Learning about multiple intelligences has given me new insight into how I may better individualize my teaching style to reach a wider range of learners. When reflecting on my study habits and working under pressure, I have to admit, it hasn't always been easy. Although I have always worked very hard in school and have striven to succeed, I frequently found myself in situations where I overextended myself, eager to help or please others. So when I was offered a contracted teaching position on the condition that I enrolled in a credential program, I found myself in a similar situation once again. However, this time, my passion for working with children served as my motivation to develop new strategies to help me stay focused. I made a very conscious effort to learn how to prioritize and work to develop better study habits. One of the aspects of my time at APU that I value most is the number of great personal connections I was able to make. With part of my program being online, I had less opportunities to build connections with both staff and peers, but my shift from online to on-campus class made an incredible difference. I have had some phenomenal instructors who have gone out of their way to introduce me to new opportunities and have helped me to advance in the professional world. Additionally, I appreciated that in my digital teaching and learning classes, I had the chance to learn from other teachers who have had vastly different experiences from myself. In this program, I was able to connect with general educators and special educators alike. I enjoy that we are all able to share different points of view and yet all have a common ground with the passion we have for teaching our students. To me, the completion of this degree means freedom and endless possibilities. This degree is a symbol of my trials and triumphs, the fulfillment of dreams that I never thought truly possible. It is a symbol of my journey as an individual, a student, and a teacher. My dream is to reimagine what special education and education technology can be by expanding the horizons of special education students through accessibility and access to the same new technology as their general education peers. With the completion of this degree, my dream can now become a reality. I began working at my school as a paraprofessional aide. I quickly moved up to associate teacher, and a few months after that, I was offered my first teaching job. I enrolled at APU and worked very hard to balance the challenges that being a full-time teacher and grad student presented. Having the opportunity to be an intern teacher while at APU has given me a unique experience of having my own classroom as I was learning about instructional strategies, behavior management, and technology integration. By no means would I say that this was the easiest or best route to take, but I learned an incredible amount from the experience. I enjoyed being taught about a new strategy or technique and implementing it the next day in my classroom and seeing its immediate effect. I was able to see what strategies worked for my classroom and which strategies I would save for a later point. Beyond the development of my teaching pedagogy, I have also seen myself grow confident in my role as a teacher. The core sentiment of my educational vision was to teach students to the best of my ability. As my ability has evolved, so has my vision. The Digital Teaching and Learning program has given me the tools to teach my students to the best of my ability while providing new learning opportunities through technology-integrated curriculum. Now, I not only want to educate my students, but also my fellow teachers, so that accessibility and technology integration do not stop with my classroom, but expand to the school, the district, and beyond. For my action research question, I chose to look at what factors lead to attrition, also known as burnout, and what are the most effective strategies that I, as the classroom teacher, can implement to improve overall job satisfaction and minimize feelings of burnout on a day-to-day basis. I took baseline data by having my staff fill out surveys, and week by week I implemented various strategies to improve their work experience. Ultimately, I found that I had a pretty happy staff to begin with, and many of the concerns they had were based on factors that I could not control. Of the factors I could control, I found that the most effective changes I made, according to my staff, were the increase of praise and acknowledgement of their work, as well as spending more time communicating one-on-one with them about their students' strengths, needs, and strategies we can implement. Technical growth. In EDUC 511, our class meetings were held through Adobe Connect, where I learned the basic functions of the web conferencing capabilities. We were introduced to Symbaloo, which helps with the organization of websites, and LiveBinders, which is an online portfolio used to organize and present the work completed throughout the digital teaching and learning program. In EDUC 512, I learned the ins and outs of Microsoft Word, Keynote, Pages, and Numbers. We were introduced to the importance of copyright law and created a web quest, which I was able to use with my students. In EDUC 514, I developed foundational knowledge of video recording and editing with iMovie to create videos for my classroom. Additionally, I learned about the various Google applications and extensions. These have helped me create, share, and access a wide variety of resources to use with my students. Finally, I was introduced to Sphero while in this class. Learning about the potential Sphero has to engage students in STEM learning inspired me to purchase one, and I have now started designing lessons to use the robot with my students. EDUC 515 introduced me to the power and multitude of ways Twitter can support a teacher to develop and grow their PLN, and ways that students can use the social media platform to enrich their learning experience. We learned about unconferences and ed camps, how to create a blog and a classroom website, and I enjoyed the time we had to create our own Genius Hour project. In EDUC 522, we learned about the multiple intelligences and designed a unit plan that differentiated technology-integrated lessons for each MI strength. While working on this unit plan, I was introduced to a wide array of software, applications, and hardware that support student learning. Although I have limited resources, I have been able to since invest in a Chromebook, as well as new learning toys and applications like Tiggly Math, LeapReader, and AR flashcards. In my final course, EDUC 526, I spent time updating and revising the unit plan I created in EDUC 522 to differentiate for ELL and GATE students. I also had the opportunity to reflect on my experience throughout my entire digital teaching and learning program with my growth assessment. Additionally, a significant portion of my time in EDUC 526 was spent conducting my action research on the topic of attrition. The takeaway message from my time at APU is this: the digital teaching and learning program has given me the tools to become an innovative and forward-thinking teacher who is able to expand the worldview of students through technology, access, and integration in a way that supports all types of learners to succeed. Students deserve no less, and I will always strive to be more.